Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to video 4 and welcome to my basement where I'm recording late at night while my family's asleep. But in video 4, what we're going to look at is we're going to start to ask the text questions. It's a weird thing to say, but we're just going to pepper it with questions. Anything that doesn't make sense, anything that we might want an answer to, ask it. That's how you study the Bible. So come with me. Let's dive in. Let's look at this together. First question. This is from the letter John. Okay, so here's my question. Are we sure that this is the John, the Apostle John? This question. I am writing to the chosen lady. Who's the lady? What lady? And who are her children? Whom I love in the truth. All right, so there's love and truth again, right? We talked about that in our last video, as does everyone else who knows the truth. So everyone who knows the truth loves this woman. Everyone who knows the truth loves these children. Are the children and the women talking about people who are in the church? Are they talking about followers of Jesus? So if you are in the truth, if you know the truth, does that mean that that's who he's talking about? So are the women and the children, are they the truth? And in the Bible it talks about the bride of Christ. So is that the lady? I don't know. Grace, mercy, and peace. We talked about that in the last video as well. We'll get to that a little bit later. Who's that? Where's that come from? Answers right here in the text. From God the Father will continue to be with us. How will it continue to be with us? Continue to be with those who live in truth and in love. All right. How happy I was to meet some of your children and find them living according to the truth, just as the Father has commanded. So the Father commands us to live in truth. So is this a specific church? Most letters are written to specific churches. So I guess the question I have is, what is that specific church? And again, if you remember, that's where that background video from Bible Project comes in handy. It helps explain some of that stuff. I am writing to remind you. So this is the answer of why he's writing. I'm writing to remind you, dear friends, that we should love one another. And this is not a new commandment. So he's saying, I'm not telling you something new. Okay? We've had this from the beginning. Love means doing what God has commanded us. Love means doing what God has commanded us. Let that sink in for just a minute. Love is doing what God has commanded us. So what has God commanded us? What's he trying to get to? Oh, here he is. He has commanded us to love one another. And you've heard that from the very beginning. I say this because, all right, so the love is the thing, but here's another thing he's about to say. I say this because many deceivers have gone out into the world. They deny that Jesus came in the real body. Such a person is a deceiver and an antichrist. Now, immediately right there, I have a question mostly about the word antichrist, because when I think antichrist, I think end times, I think Left Behind, I think Nikolai Carpathia, right? What's that mean? What's antichrist mean? All right, watch out that you do not lose what you have worked so hard to achieve. Here's a question I have. What we have worked so hard to achieve. So when I read this, I question, what have I worked so hard to achieve? If he's talking about truth, if he's talking about salvation, I know Ephesians 2:8-9 says, for it is by grace you have been saved, not any work of our own. It is a gift from God so that no one can boast. So what have I worked so hard to receive? All right, continue reading. Be diligent. What is the reward? Okay. Anyone who wanders away from this teaching has no relationship with God. But anyone who remains in the teaching of Christ has a relationship with the Father. So it's very important, right? It's all being tied back to love and truth and all these things. And so love and truth in a relationship is very important. Remaining in, staying diligent, those are important things. If anyone comes to your meeting, right? So meeting, what's meeting? Maybe it's talking about church, gathering, right? All these things. And does not teach the truth, again, there's truth about Christ. Don't invite that person. What's the truth about Christ? Well, the truth is some deceivers are saying that Jesus did not come in a real body, right? So if they're not teaching the truth that Jesus was a man, don't invite that person into your home or give any kind of encouragement. So I guess I have a question, like, should you not interact with people who are not believers, people who don't believe in Jesus? Because aren't we commanded to make disciples of all nations? Anyone who encourages such a person becomes a partner in their evil work. Now, evil is different. Man, I can't underline tonight. Evil is different than just ignorant, I guess. Like if you don't know Jesus, you want to help someone understand Jesus. I think these people are being divisive. They're evil, which is more than just like ignorant, right? Conclusion. I have so much more to say to you, but I don't want to do it with paper and ink. I just wonder what else John has to say. For I hope to visit you soon and talk with you face to face. Then our joy will be complete. Greetings from the church of your sister, chosen by God. So, those are questions. I want to show you one thing real fast, an answer to one question, all right? And it's a question about grace and mercy and peace. And it's a question about being diligent, right? It's being diligent so we don't lose it. I want to show you a resource. It's called Bible Hub. If you've ever Googled a Bible verse, you've probably ended up on this website. But if you Google that Bible verse, it has a section right here. It's commentary. If you click on that, it'll give you all these commentaries, trustworthy, reputable sources, and you can read through and dig into some of those questions. You can do the same thing on verse 7, I would say, and I'm going to make that your homework. Verse 7, what does John mean by Antichrist? Verse 1, who is John? All right, is it John the Apostle John? John who wrote the book of John, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd John, and Revelation? Is it that John? Is it a different John? You can answer all those questions. But as you answer those questions, again, that's how you study the Bible. You study the Bible by answering more questions. So hey, thanks for jumping in. Make sure you're following us on Instagram, YouTube, subscribe, share this with people. That would be helpful. But appreciate you guys being here, and we'll see you next time for video 5, the final video.